Hello, friends. How the heck are you doing? We're back for another installment of our honest reviews. I'd like to say what sets apart these honest reviews from a lot of the other reviews that you see is every once in a while when a new hero comes out, I'll initially give my initial thoughts. And that's what you see in a lot of reviews when you search these heroes is initial thoughts, which are all great, but it's all theory. It's theory crafting. And then you'll see reviews of people actually going against these heroes on a defense, which is not really a true review either. It's just letting you get a little eyesight of what the potential is. But in my honest reviews, I actually have these heroes and I go over them and how they're beneficial to me, or how, give honest thoughts on the hero in general, on offense and defense. Try and give you an idea of how they work for me and how they may possibly work for you, which may be totally different because, it's all about synergy. But today we're going to talk about Xenda. She is the current featured hero in season 4 under Wild Summons. This is a was a nice portal at one time, and this is a nice featured lineup. Zakina within himself, is an amazing Titan hero, and he's good on offense or defense, but that would be for another hero review. Today we're going to talk about Xenda. Let's go to my hero list and open her up here. So I don't have a traditional format that I go by. I just tend to just go over the card and just give my thoughts on everything to where you have a little better insight on the actual hero. I always like to start with the artwork. Man, she looks intense. She looks like she's on a mission. She's ready to dominate and control. Yeah, no doubt. So, fighter class. I'd also like to add her hero special ability is so wonky sounding. I love it. Sounds like something off of Mars Attacks or some weird alien sound. I love it. Like to have it as a ringtone, actually. It'd be great. But back to where I was at. Fighter class. This is, I found with Xenda, this is one of her stronger points. Of course, 30% chance to revive with one hit point after a fatal attack. This is what brings her in clutch on offense. I found many times that she gets killed and she comes back with one hit point and she pops off. Her SP is full and I'm able to fire her off. And she may come back to life several times. And that's just enough to maybe give her a heal, or maybe to finish wiping the enemy team on off. While you're on offense. It's just you can't predict the situation, but I've been in all of them, and that comes in clutch with this hero in particular. The family bonus. Well, it's not a great family bonus, but spawning underwild gems, it gives you some chip damage. It's nothing that you want to build a family team around. Just my opinion. I like the little gems. They help out, and they're a nuisance when you're going against them on defense, and they spawn these gems. Passive. Receive damage reduced by 20%, negative 20% for the first 3 times this character receives damage from a special skill. That's great. Makes her tanky, buff. I don't know which route I went on the talent grid. I don't even remember. It was more or less of a defensive stance. So you could actually go just the sword and make her really attack friendly, which I will eventually reset her and probably do that. But I went more of a defensive stance because my troop levels are not the greatest in the current meta, but she still serves a great and wonderful purpose. Let's get into her special skill here. Underworld Blaze, coming straight from the Hades. Gonna light your ass on fire. Deals 250 damage to all enemy at an average speed. That's You got fast heroes hitting all at that right now, so that's really not your bread and butter. But it's some good damage though for a hit all. Uh, for an average speed, I love a hit all. The hit 3, they better be putting out some mega stats. So next part of it, all enemies receive 340 burn damage over 4 turns. The caster absorbs 15% of dealt burn damage as health. So she's self-sufficient. When I first saw this hero, I was like, man, this would be an awesome tank. It just depends on her going off. But the offset of the DOT fire damage is that, if you are facing her on defense and she goes off, you can cleanse all this stuff and make it irrelevant. That's the downside to her. So I think she's an offensive specialist, which she's in actually my main raid team. And I mean, a staple of it. Took me a while to find a good fitting for her, but here in a moment I'll show you the fitting that I use her in. The caster steals generated mana of all enemies over 4 turns, starting low and increasing every turn until on the last turn all the generated mana is stolen. Yeah, it's pretty basic. She's gonna light your ass on. She's gonna bite you in the ass for some damage. Then she's gonna light your ass on fire for some DOT damage, and then on top of it, she's gonna steal mana starting low. And if using her on offense, the AI is not the brightest, and you can plan these attacks to where you're just stealing all their mana, lighting them up. Great offensive hero at an average speed. Can't really say any more about it. I mean, if you happen to get her, do not feel, don't have a poopy face. Just start leveling her up, and it all depends on team synergy as well. And I'm still working on that. The current team that I have her in is right here. And this offensive right here is just explosive, in my opinion. It's got everything that you need. I think the only thing that it doesn't have is like a mana boost or something like that, regen. But in a sense, it does. Because of Queen, she gives you all allies get 10% mana every time an enemy uses their special skill. So it's dependent, but on this offense, I mean, she comes in clutch all the time, and the beautiful thing about this offense is sometimes she might not even go off, to be honest. If Queen and Sarandite goes off, you've pretty much took a chunk out of the defense. So yeah, this is a sweet, simple, short, honest review on Miss Xenda. I think she's an amazing hero. I think that, a lot of people in their reviews said, well, all this special stuff can be cleansed. So she's irrelevant. Kind of knocked her off a bit, gave her a lower hero rating, but if I was to get, I think she's A+. I love her. She's definitely, not something on a Titan team or something. I mean, you can throw her on there for tile damage, but, just your basic raid and wars on offense, an A+. Defense, an A. I mean, if she goes off, you've got to be prepared for her, and it's just not her. It's other heroes on the defense that do wacky stuff you got to be ready for. So yeah, that's my honest review on Xenda. And if you like this review, let me know. If I'm off base, let me know in the comment section. Give me a thumbs up while you're at it if you liked it. And with that said, I thank you for stopping by the video, and until our next installment, I hope you have a wonderful day.